So, Ruben Amorim has finally got his man, Patrick Dorgu. He is clearly the man of the moment. And everyone should be excited, one, but also low-key wondering, what can this boy offer? I mean, he's not the finished article. Never would be. Honestly, he's only 20. Young boy from Lecce, again, trying to live a dream, making it to the biggest football club in the world. But, guys, one of the key attributes about Patrick Dorgu are his versatility. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how Dorgu fits into Man United and what Ruben Amorim is trying to solve with him. And emphasis will show you that this has been one of the biggest problems that Amorim has faced ever since he took over at Manchester United. Welcome to the United Sport. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. Now, Dorgu comes in, and the obvious role that Patrick Dorgu will be playing in Manchester United should certainly be him playing as a left wing back, because that is where he's known for. That's why he has played most of his career, at least at Lecce. And one of the attributes about him playing as a left wing back is the way he comfortably, first of all, moves from supporting defensively, and then very fast with his power and energy drifts forward. But most importantly, not just sprinting and running, he knows how to move with the ball. He knows how to carry the ball with him and keep it around him, close to his feet. He doesn't lose it. Even when he comes into the middle, he loves to invert himself from the wide areas into the middle. He will still do it with the ball, keeping within his reach, which is a skill that no Manchester United wing back or perhaps even player has. Maybe it's only Bruno at times we see who that loves to carry the ball across distances going forward. But this guy is good with clipping the ball with him and running forward with it through bodies carelessly. He's so strong. He doesn't care who is in front of him. He will certainly keep that ball with him and either create an assist or even try to shoot and get a goal or make a good pass, because he's a decent passer. Guys, again, he's so versatile, but he's not the finished article. Now, with that, the problem that many a time we've struggled with Man United under Ruben Amorim is the fact that the two wing backs have always been, and of course, usually they're on the same line as the two midfielders, but just because of space for the graphic, you would understand when I keep them there, just for them to fit. But usually, the two wing backs are defenders. So you've got Diogo Dalot, where Dorgu is there in that lineup, and Mazraoui on the other side. Then you've got three central defenders. Now, those are already 5 defenders on the pitch. And then Emmanuel Ugarte, who is a defensive midfielder. So you've got 6 players who only give you a lot defensively. Their first instinct is defense. Now, usually, playing like that, you're never going to create enough goal-scoring opportunities. And that's why Ruben Amorim, in questioning why United doesn't score goals, he refused to put it and blame it on Rasmus Højlund. He said it's more of a team problem because we do not create enough chances. And understandably, if you've got 6 defensive-minded players or literally defenders on the pitch, how on earth are you going to create chances? So that's one of the issues that Amorim had. Now, that's why in bringing Dorgu, he's bringing a player who is going to enable him attack more from the wings. Now, whereas in this 3-4-2-1 in this 3-4-2-1 system of Ruben Amorim, whereas the 2 number 10s behind the striker are very, very important, the wing backs are the most special players. They need special attributes about them that none of Mazraoui or Dalot has had. And that's why Amorim was quick to first sign a wing back who he feels has the profile to do what he expects to happen. Let me take you back to when he was coaching at Sporting Lisbon. At Sporting Lisbon, and I'm getting to, guys, this video is about Patrick Dorgu. Don't get it twisted. Follow me, guys. Now, I'm using Sporting Lisbon to just give you an idea of what Amorim does and the profiles of players he wants. At Sporting Lisbon or Sporting CP, both of his wing backs were left-footed players. Well, the one on the right where Mazraoui is was Giovanni Quenda, who is a left-footed player. He inverted him. Then he had one on the left wing back who is also another left-footed player, I think when they were beating Man City, that's the most memorable game. They had Maximiliano Araujo, who started there. He can also play with both his right and his left, but I think he's mostly left-footed. And the thing that this does is to give him more abilities on the ball when the wing-backs invert themselves and come into the middle. And they are always expected to contribute a lot when it comes to the attack. Now, that's why United's attacks have been looking slow, because the two wing-backs, Mazraoui and Dalot, cannot contribute to the attack because they are defenders. So they don't give enough threat in the attack. So now, when Dorgu comes in, you would ask, where then does he fit? That's the obvious. Putting him there, and of course, maintaining the rest of the guys a little bit like that, because clearly now we've learned that Bruno, as a position, is probably closer to Ugarte than not. But I think this boy has been at Lecce this season. He has been inverted for some games, and don't you be surprised if in certain games you see this happen. Dorgu inverted as a right wing back, playing behind Ahmad, and then the rest of the lads in that system. Now, what this does is you're putting him close to Ahmad Diallo, and you're creating what you would perhaps want to call sort of an overload on the right, saying the right wing is where we overload the pitch, because these are your two most threatening players playing on the same wing. It's one strategy of managing a game of football, that let's create one side that is going to just kill them, and the others will add on. Or just that side can be a facade, because teams will come preparing for it. If you've got Dorgu and Ahmad on the same side, teams will prepare for that, and maybe the weaker side, the weaker wing, will catch them off guard. So that can be one strategy that he can do. But because he has just been introduced to playing as a wing back, and I'm telling you, Amorim will mold him to that player, because I told you Amorim's right wing back is always left-footed. Kwenda is the classic example, the 17-year-old Sporting CP kid. But I think what we might see in the first games, of course, the back line is intact. Martinez, Maguire, and Elite all fit proper, no questions about it. But I'm envisioning a scenario where Ruben Amorim, before he gets, and I think the next important signing is going to make is another wing back. But I'm thinking, in the meantime, with the players he has now with Dorgu in, he might keep Dorgu there on the left, and then painfully he might be forced into pushing Ahmad on the right wing back. On the right wing back, Mazraoui might end up having to make way. Yeah, Nusal Mazraoui might end up having to make way, and you end up having your Kobe Garnacho, and a striker like that. For me, I think this is a possible something possible to try. Now, guys, this is Ruben Amorim trying to work out the best positions for his players to try and get the best out of the team. And this might look like a simple adjustment in the team, in the squad, but I'll tell you, it changes a lot, because as you can see, you have more attack-minded players on the pitch. Now, you've replaced two. I've put out Mazraoui from that team. I've replaced Mazraoui and Dalot with players who give you a lot going forward. Now, Ahmad playing in that position in right wing back feels a bit too far. You remember in the Southampton game, it was not only until he was pushed forward to in 10, because he started as a right wing back, but it was not until he was pushed forward that he scored a hat-trick. So it's very difficult for Amorim to make that decision to put Ahmad as a right wing back. But you see, with the way he wants to play, his wing backs, who are very important in how he wants to play, he needs players like Ahmad in that position. So if he's not going to invert Dorgu, to balance the wings, he will have to put Ahmad as a right wing back. And my view is it's easier for him to get solutions for the number 10s than it is for him to get solutions in the wing backs, yet they are so important. So I think Amorim might be forced into creating a space. If he doesn't do that, if he doesn't play Kobe there as a 10, which is something I consistently advocate for, but these coaches don't seem to want to do, he will probably still maintain his Kobe, or perhaps even drop Kobe, or maintain Kobe with Ugarte, or if not, if Kobe drops off, he will bring Collier, play Toby Collier, of course not there. I'm just putting him there as I type, but I'm going to move him, of course, that's the plan. He will probably trust Toby Collier with Ugarte and have Bruno and Garnacho as the two number 10s with either Hoyland or Zakzi leading the line. Now, either way, this for Amorim will be trying to get the right players into some of the most skill-specific departments in his system, and those are the wing backs. Because if you have Dorgu on the left and Ahmad on the right, you have a proper balance. This is the closest you can have to what Amorim used to amaze the world while coaching at Sporting CP. So this is just an idea of how this boy can fit into this team. But mind you, Dorgu, with Martinez not there, Dorgu can also play here. If Martinez is not there, Dorgu can also play there. Probably he won't, because we expect Martinez to be there. And perhaps Amorim might want to use him more for his attacking abilities than not, and build him in that direction. But this is a bit of what Man United might look like in the coming games. You could replace Zax with Hoyland. I still think the boss will still want to give Hoyland a bit of time to redeem himself. But like I said, the two number 10s are very important because they create the opportunities and all, but the most skill-specific positions, specialist positions in the Ruben Amorim system are the wing backs. And if you think Man United has not been looking like a threat at all, it's because they have not had the right wing backs in the games Amorim has coached. Dorgu changes the whole ball game. One signing like this, and you're going to see how it can impact. Maybe, guys, like I said, he is not the finished article. Maybe he will not be as amazing as you would want him to be, because he's not the finished article, but you will see the signs of what Amorim is trying to do, and instantly, whether he's going to play the game against I don't expect him to play tomorrow against FCSB, no. But whether he's going to play the game against Leicester City in the FA Cup, or he will play the Tottenham game, whichever game you will see him first, you will see an instant impact in terms of how Man United attacks, in terms of how he opens up the team, because we've been struggling with the transition into the attack. When we don't have the ball, the wing backs drop back to form a back five. It has been Mazraoui and Dalo dropping back, to form the back five. But when we launch the attack, we get the ball to go into attack. They are too slow and not threatening at all, because they don't know how to use the ball to attack. That's not their specialty. That's why I say that those two positions are skill specific, and that's why Amorim might be pushed into balancing them like that. Dorgu and Ahmad as the two wing backs. My name is Webb. This is the United Road Sport. But question is, with Dorgu in, with seeing a semblance of what he's doing, who is next? If, again, that will depend on Amorim's plan for Ahmad. If Amorim's plan for Ahmad, perhaps like it should be, is to keep him as one of the two number 10s behind the striker, he then has got to sign another wing back, another left-footed player. In that case, replacing probably Antony, if Dorgu is not a replacement for Antony, but he will need another left-footed player to play where Ahmad is with special skills. Push Ahmad further top, keep him as a 10. Maybe Toby Collier drops off. Bruno comes back here. And then, who is that? He finds another wing back. So if you're to ask the other urgent signing that Amorim might want to make, it might be a wing back before he even thinks about getting a striker. This is the United Sport. Like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what your view is about Patrick Dorgu and him at Manchester United, where would you expect him to properly fit? Catch you later.